my peeps, Tony Rex, up in here once again with another build, this time with the Magic and Blade. I'm calling it the Calurion's Blade Magic and Blade for PvP, Open World Cyrodiil, and also Battlegrounds, which I'm testing for also as well. Recently, I've been playing a lot of Battlegrounds with it. It feels okay, you know. Now, let me go upstairs because we're going to be hitting the dummy and showing you some things, showing you the build and whatnot. I do want to say, guys, this might be my last, there's a very good percentage, 99%, that this might be my last video showing ESO content. Fallout 76 is coming out and I already have it pre-ordered. I also have, you know, my brother's playing it, my cousin might jump in, there's a cousin of mine, there's buddies, friends that are going to jump in on that game. So most likely I will be playing, you know, Fallout 76, and it's just, and also Red Dead Redemption on the side. I mean, there's just so many games. Tomb Raider, I heard, is going to be nice. We got Black Ops 4, we got Battlefield 5. It's just, I just can't keep giving ESO, you know, investing the time I have been investing on it. I have been playing this game since midnight release. I'm a PS4 launch, you know, console launch player on ESO. So it's been a good couple of 3-4 years, you know, and anybody seeing this video that might know me or might have seen me around, you know, it's been a pleasure. And even if it was not, if you were teabagging me or was teabagging you and you're one of those like hate mail and all this and a-hole in Cyrodiil or in duels, that's fine. It's nothing's personal, you know. I mean, it's just a game. It's not like we're gonna probably know each other in real life or get to know each other. So it's just a game, guys. I know that PvP community has gotten a little bit overly toxic, especially in the last couple of years on ESO, but you know, because of maybe its competitive nature. I know that ESO PvP, you know, it's a very competitive game. It's a very competitive game. So that's why sometimes, you know, you know, personalities clash and people just, you know, send you hate mail and blah blah blah, and people take it personal. It's just a game, guys. Just have fun because at the end of the day, that's all it is. But anyways, again, it might be my last video. There's a 1% that I might come back, but it's very, very, very rare, guys. I mean, with Fallout, with Red Dead Redemption, all these games, it's just time to call it a day for ESO. So I feel satisfied. I have no shame. You know, I've done what I wanted to do for the most part. And anyways, now let's go quickly to the build. Now, first off, I am a Dark Elf. For this Magic and Nightblade, I'm a Dark Elf. I'm running Ultranock for the Magical Recovery for the sustain, but I could be switching that up for spell damage, so we'll see how that goes. I'm running, it's called Ghostly Eyeball. Under the effects, it says Ice Cream, but it's a Ghostly Eyeball consumable, which I'll show you in a second. That's Max Magica Recovery, and then of course Stage 4 Vampirism for mobility. Now, here are the stats unbuffed. Let's buff ourselves. Now, you'll notice this is a, it could be glass cannon, but the thing is, if you know how to play it properly with your shields up, you know, if you have a good uptime on your shields and you're always aware of them, it's not so much a glass cannon after all. Okay, here's the consumable, by the way. Ghastly Eyeball, and I'm running, of course, Essence of Spell Power for my pots. Major Sorcery, Major Prophecy, Major Intellect, I get all of that from there, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's the stats. Maximum Magic at 35k. Maximum health 11, so yeah, it looks glass cannon, but this in Cyrodiil goes up to like 16, almost 17k, I believe it is. Magical Recovery 23. Now, once buffed, let's look at this. Fully buff ourselves. I don't think there's anything here that affects. Yeah, so let's just buff ourselves. So those are the stats. 35k, spell damage 25. With the glyph, I think it and other stuff, it goes up to maybe 3k, right? That's why I'm thinking about going spell damage, because the Magical Recovery goes up to 25 once you got your pot and everything. Then you got Mutagen on the side with the Maelstrom Resto giving you sustain. So I might just go spell damage just to hit that 3k, because I'm already good at Magical Recovery. I don't find myself, you know, unless I'm in a Zerg situation or somebody just completely overwhelms me, or I just, you know, gut fighting somebody and get, you know, ganked or something and I'm low on resources. But, or if it's Battleground. If it's Battleground, yeah, it can get heavy sometimes, but you just gotta, you know, heavy attack a little bit more and manage your resources wisely. So let's get in the build quickly. I'm using Calurion, of course. I had great luck that the Flame Staff dropped. So, of course, I yellowed that out quickly. I went Sharpen because I'm not running Spinner in this build, guys. So I have to get my penetration out of somewhere. So between Sharpen and then my champion points, you know, in Spell Erosion, I get my penetration a little bit better to where I want it to be. If I was running Spinner, this would be Nirhaned 100%. So, Calurion, what does it do? Second bonus, spell crit, spell damage, spell crit. Fifth bonus, when you deal critical damage with a single target magic ability, you launch a fire, ice, shock, or disease ball at your target that deals 16k plus damage and applies a status effect. Now, this is one of the best, in my opinion, best looking, coolest looking sets as well. When it procs, there it is. That's Calurion right there. It's just like two little candles, if you will. And it looks... two little candles that appear above your shoulders. That's when you know it procs. And it looks almost like, depending on, according to what the element is, it looks like, you know, like lightning or ice or fire, so, or the disease one, which is kind of like yellowish, greenish. So it looks according to the element that it procs. Pretty cool set and very powerful, guys. I mean, when this thing procs, and then on top of this, let's go into sand now, which is the head and shoulders that I'm running. I'm running sand, head, shoulders. By the way, 1 heavy, 1 medium, and 5-piece light, of course, for the undaunted passives. Now, sand, you know what it does. It gets nasty, guys. But when it stacks up and it procs at the same time as Calurion, it just melts through people, especially if you just hit him with your ulti. It just melts through people. The kind of, sometimes the kind of one-shot that you just like, they just get one-shot immediately. It's just like, whoa, did I even hit him? Like, what the hell? I was just about to start attacking, and they're already dead. Especially if they're squishy. If they're more tanky, no. But, and then on Battlegrounds, this is nasty. I mean, when both of them proc at the same time, you just melt through people. It's insane damage. Anyways, for the head and shoulder, we're using sand. You know what this does. It gets pretty nasty. 1 item, spell crit. Second item is when you damage a nearby enemy with a light or heavy attack. You have 20% that it connects. That you create a beam of fire that will connect to your enemy. That deals 4,300 flame damage for every second for 5 seconds. Let me see if it procs here. Basically, what's that? Well, there's Calurion, the disease. Yep, there's the Calurion with the disease damage. And there goes, see? It's a straight line of fire from sand. So that is Calurion, and then you hit your ulti. It gets really nasty. The damage is very, very intense, guys. Now, going into the sets, the other one that I'm running is Amber Plasm. We got second piece bonus. I did try Shacklebreaker. I was considering Lich. For my playstyle, this is the one that's working out. Just to let you know, guys, most of this stuff is DLC, by the way. So you have to have Fang Lair, you know, or Master Tune in this case for Amber Plasm. So at least, you know, have your ESO Plus if you don't have the DLC actually purchased. You don't have to actually purchase them. With a month of ESO Plus, you can just grind those out and get them. Amber Plasm, you get in Master Tune, Fang Lair. You get Calurion, and then of course Sand is also DLC as well. I think it's Spell Caller, if I'm right, the last boss in Veteran. But Amber Plasm, second bonus, maximum magicka, spell crit, spell damage. Fifth bonus, 241. This is in purple, so we gotta transmute some things and yellow everything out. But fifth bonus, 241 magicka recovery and 241 stamina recovery. I have enough stamina to roll 4 or 5 times if I wanted to. Comfortable, you know, blocking, you know, comfortably. I have the stamina that I need for what I want it for. So it's working great for my build and my playstyle. That's why I said if you want to go Shacklebreaker, go ahead. It's also a great set. We know that it is. Okay, on the ring, all spell damage, all arcane. I could be messing with this in the next couple of days. Who knows? Maybe go Infuse or Bloodthirst on 1. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But those are the sets that I'm running. Now, of course, like I said, 1 heavy, 1 medium, 5 light for the undaunted passes as well. Let's go into the skills and let's go quickly here. Oh, by the way, the Maelstrom Resto staff on the back bar with the Infuse and the Magicka Recovery, damage and Magicka Recovery glyph. I forgot to mention that. We are using Mutagen on the skills, so Maelstrom Resto staff, you know, good for your sustain and your heals over time. Now, on the skills, I'm running Impale for your Execute, Dampen Magicka is your shield, Concealed Weapon for mobility, and this is your spammable attack, let's put it that way. Flame Clench, that's your knockback, and it's good flame damage and additional dot damage as well. Now, Race Against Time. I use this one because when I am hidden for mobility, stacked up with Concealed, you see how quickly you go? And it barely takes any magic. If you notice my magic at 100, a couple of seconds, boom, 100, and I'm still going super fast. This is how I close the distance because I'm not using Lotus Fan or any other gap closer, let's put it that way. So that's why I have Race Against Time, because it's a quick cast, and if not, you could go with the other morph, but then it takes like a second and a half to cast, I believe it is, like 1.3 seconds, and then it goes for the whole 20 seconds, so you don't have to hit it again. But I feel like you have to cast, and that could throw you off. It doesn't feel as smooth. If you do want to use that one, you could put it back here, and then use Merciless Resolve in the front bar, which most people do for Mag Blade, and I do as well. But because I like the movement, I have to sacrifice that, put it on the back bar, and then have Race Against Time here to have that mobility constant. Now, Ulti, in cap. Why, Tony? Are you going insane? This is a Magic and Nightblade, not a Stamina Nightblade. Let me explain why. You have probably seen on your death recap, in cap from a Magic and Nightblade recently. I mean, you've probably seen Calurion as well. Don't lie. You know you have. It's going that route, guys. It's getting to a point in PvP where it's a little bit unbalanced again. You know, the immortal tanks, the god plars, the cheesy builds. I tried avoiding that, you know, the most of the time I played ESO. But if you can win, just join them. You know, I don't care. I don't give a shit anymore. Let's just go for it. So this is technically one of those cheesy builds, you know, glass cannon. But I just went for it because it's just, I got a couple of weeks left and I might be playing this game. I just want to enjoy it, you know, and it is the state of PvP. We can't go away from it, you know. I always, you know, was promoting trying to do your own builds and not cheese it out and try to, you know, have skills over, you know, having sets carry you, but I just don't care anymore, guys. You know, everybody's doing it. You have to, if you're not doing it, then you're way couple of steps behind. It's just the state of Cyrodiil as it is right now. And probably the reason why Cyrodiil isn't as popular and there's only 4 campaigns instead of 10 plus like the old days. It's just Cyrodiil is slowly dying, and that's just unfortunate, but it's the truth. You also have battlegrounds and other options as well, you know, and duels for PvP content, but Cyrodiil is not what it used to one day, and I think VR players know what I'm talking about, and old school players can agree. Now, anyways, not bashing ESO, it's just, unfortunately, it's just the route that it's going. They will have to do something to change it or balance some. I don't even know what to do at this point. I don't even know what Sauce could do, but anyways, it's not the worst game either. It's fun. But anyways, let's go back into the build. In cap, why? Not so much for the disease damage because it's a Magicka build, so I would have Soul Harvest go a little bit higher off of the tooltip off of Magicka. But the thing with Soul Harvest is I like it for PvE because I've always found that PvE Magic and Nightblades, it's insane how quickly they build ulti. It's so OP. But on PvP, I don't think that, you know, like this, the incap, it's really for the major defile. That's why we're doing it on the Magic and Nightblade. Yes, you get the disease damage. That's a little, you know, good to have on the side. Sure, disease. But it's really for the major defile. It reduces their healing receive and health recovery by 30%. Also, if you hit it from 120 or more cost ulti, it stuns the enemy. And of course, you got that OP 20% more damage for 6 seconds. I mean, that's just, I like it. Okay, back bar. Let's go quickly now. Siphoning attacks. Shadow Disguise, I'll usually pop this, boom, switch, and then have that 3 seconds to crit and commence my attack from the DPS bar. Mutagen for heals and also to proc the Maelstrom Resto, so for more sustain on the Magicka recovery. Merciless Resolve, this you can pop and you got 20 seconds of it, so you can switch bars. It's there, guys, don't worry. But if you are a good player on the Magic and Nightblade, like I know when it's time to throw that assassin wheel, so I'll be like, boom, I throw it, go back into my DPS rotation, just boom, 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 throw it again or whatever, you know. So you know when it's time to recast it. If not, you can again put it on the front bar and maybe have the other morph of Race Against Time and just put it here if you feel more comfortable that way. That's also another option, I would think, as far as flexibility. Then you have your Fear. So in case of a Zerg or a scenario where you have to run, this is not a Vicious Death Magic and Nightblade build. This is not a 1vx build, guys. Tops, maybe 2 people. After 3 or 4, he starts getting heavy, you know. So I would probably Fear, Shadow Disguise, and call it a day. Because there's nothing to prove, you know. This is not a Magic and Nightblade build where you want a 1vx or a Vicious Death build where you want to go against, once again, 20 people. You don't want to be doing that again with this build. Now, Ulti Life Giver. I don't know if I have this morph, if this is the morph yet, but this has saved my butt a couple of times already. Really good ulti. It activates the automatically the Mutagen again for you, so that's pretty cool. If only if needed, because of course you want to be throwing your incap and continuing the DPS. But if it's one of those scenarios, you can pop Life Giver, Fear, boom, again, Shadow Disguise, and run away. Now, let's go into the champion points. Again, this is up to your taste. I might have gone a little bit the cheesy route on this one. I didn't care about diminishing returns, but I think I might just go down on 75 on Elfborn and Elemental Expert, and then put those points, the remaining 50 on Master at Arms, right? Then 60 on Spell Erosion. So I might be doing that. I might be, you know, because of the diminishing returns. So you don't have to cheese it out like this. It was just, I've been messing with it, so I still got to test a lot of things. So I would probably say 75 here, then 60 here, and then the other 50 here at Master at Arms. Nothing here. Ironclad 37, Spell Shield 10, Thick Skin 37, Hardy and Elemental Defenders 56. Bastion, it helps with your shield effectiveness and potency, 15%, so 37. 27 on Quick Recovery. Warlord 55, Arcanist 75, Tenacity 45, and then Tumbling 37, Shadow War 23, Shade 25. This is up to your taste, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If I don't see you around anymore, like I said, there's a 1% that I might come back. The good thing is I always have my account, so I can, you know, my characters are basically mostly optimized. I can always, you know, come back and check the state of ESO and then see what new DLCs. But 99%, bro, guys, is that I'm going to be playing, you know, Fallout or Red Dead Redemption. So it might be time to call it a day for ESO, but it's been a good run. Anybody that I know that knows me from this video, or that I know, again, it's been a pleasure. Have fun, guys, if you want to continue playing ESO. Also, one detail before leaving. I mentioned Battlegrounds. For Battlegrounds, the only change, guys, by the way, it's I switch up in cap and I put, of course, you know, which is, again, I'm cheesing it out. You just put Eye of the Storm. It's ridiculous, and in Battlegrounds, it makes people run away, so it gives you an opening to just finish them off and kill them, and then rinse, repeat, go to the next person, because usually people will run when you pop that. And in Battlegrounds, you know, because teamwork is very important, when you separate a team, it's very good. That way I can have two people just kill off somebody else, especially in deathmatch. I can just go and separate another person, kill them off myself, and separate a team, so that way it gives an opening to kill them off. That's the only change I do. Everything else stays the same. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Again, it's been a good couple of years if I don't see you guys anymore, but hope you have a great day, and I'm still around for 2 or 3 weeks, so I might just see you around. You have a good day, guys.
Individual, look around and look to digital.